B. Scientific Series 6, Moon shows the same face. The internet, the popular theory is tidal locking, but this is really questionable theory. And as I always said, do not believe everything from Wikipedia. I find so many times the wrong information, and even physics formula, some of them are wrong, and some of physics always double check. Okay, and first of all, you have to train yourself to think by yourself. There are some propaganda, there are some politically motivated, there are some just simply stupidity. Do not believe everything in the Wikipedia. Okay, so this is one of them. I think the tidal locking is a very questionable theory. It's basically saying that because of the moon's gravity, the water bulges like that, and the way it's bulged is slightly skewed, not exactly aligned, and this causes some momentum. And he said momentum preserved between moon, so moon should have a momentum based on this. And first of all, if there is gravity only here, the moon doesn't rotate. Okay, moon is acting only for gravity, and the center of gravity is going around. It's dictate the motion, and there's no momentum, and there's no such a thing that momentum preserved. That's why this must be affecting this. This is like some kind of magic. And bulging water doesn't generate the momentum on the earth either. This is a liquid. Okay, and it's nothing to do with the solid earth. So there are multiple things wrong in this. I don't know who put up this theory, but this is a sham. Okay, this kind of theory doesn't work. Okay, there's no base for physics, so don't believe that. I tell you the real reason right now. The recent discovery led us to the reason why it shows only one face. Okay, now the moon is made of light material and heavy material. Okay, so center of gravity is eccentric. It's not in the center. So naturally, if you take heavier side and the light side, this is the light side center of gravity, this is heavier side center of gravity, this distance R1, R2, this is shorter. So we take this side M1 and this side M2 to balance off around the center of gravity. The momentum of lighter side and heavier side is balancing. So if there is a gravity, there is no reason to have this moon rotate. You know, the moon spin around Earth means it's rotating, right? Because if you face same side all the time, the winds go around the Earth, the moon rotate once, right? So once per month. So moon is rotating. The question is, why is this rotation speed synchronized to this orbit? So it shows only same phase. Okay. If you look at this one, moon has zero reason to rotate. Okay. So why we split into two parts? When the center of gravity is eccentric. What happened is, when suppose this is here, right? When move here, then gravity will be this way. So there is a difference in the distance. The gravity acting on this point and the gravity acting on this point is different. Okay, so this is a shorter distance, so it stay heavier side facing gravity, and going around again and gravity go this way, then this is shorter distance to the Earth, right? So it has a slightly bigger M1. Then definitely this guy shows lighter side on the moon. So when moon get into this position, probably it's going to stay that position, or other way around. But you think about the gravity is proportional to the square of the distance, and this distance R1 is larger than R2. So which one is stable? Basically there are two stable points. The showing the heavier side to the moon, to the Earth, or showing the light side to the Earth. Showing the light side is much more stable than showing the heavier side. So it's like is energy chart. It's like that. This is showing the heavier side. It's stable, but once it's lose a balance, it's fall into the showing light side. Okay. So actually, the difference in the distance, the gravity distance, is going to cause moon's rotation, and this momentum caused by this difference in the distance is very small, but it's once every month. It's very slow spinning. So so we can work out the actual number, but it's basically the theory tells you that there should be a stable point, either facing heavy side or light side, and showing the light side is much more stable because of the distance. R1 is much bigger than R2. Okay, so assume the moon was spinning in the past, right, and losing the angular momentum slowly, and spin becomes slow and stop some point. That means it's come to close to the stable point and go back. Okay, and that's the point here, stable point. Okay, so I think the angular momentum on the moon come from uneven density of the moon, and that makes more sense in the physics. Okay, so it's not like a tide or anything else that doesn't generate any angular momentum on the moon. Okay, actual distance difference here is going to give you the reason why it shows only one side. So we are looking at only light material side, and the heavy side is the far side of the moon. Okay, now why China sending probe to the far side? Because it's distinctively different between near side and the far side. And according to China, the far side has much heavier atoms. It could be, the mercury, silver, gold, those heavy metals, heavy materials. The near side is calcium, is much lighter material. So right now the moon distinctly has two different material fuse together. That means sometime in the past, two large asteroids fused together and became a moon. And that's a kind of new theory right now. Okay? I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. We have many other videos about the science and physics.